For centuries, the Bible has stood as a sacred tapestry woven from divine revelation. 66 books. Holy, accepted, authoritative. But what if the story we know is only half the truth? What if, buried beneath desert sands and locked away in ancient archives, there existed other books, texts that chronicled cosmic wars, revealed secret sayings of Christ, and described laws that could shatter the established order? This is the story of the forbidden scriptures, the texts that were discarded, denounced, and deliberately destroyed by the powers who shaped the biblical canon. Our journey begins in the silent heat of the desert. In December of 1945, near Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt, local peasants unearthed 13 papyrus manuscripts containing 52 ancient texts. Among them was the now famous Gospel of Thomas. A few years later, near the Dead Sea, another revelation emerged, the Dead Sea Scrolls. These scrolls, dating between 250 BC and 68 AD, included writings such as the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees, texts once cherished by the Qumran community. These discoveries revealed that early Judaism and Christianity were far more diverse and theologically complex than once believed. Many writings were debated or violently suppressed. A haunting question echoes through history. Why were these powerful documents hidden away? Not all rejected writings were mystical. Some were simply inconvenient. The books of 1st and 2nd Maccabees tell the story of the Maccabean revolt, a Jewish uprising against the Seleucid ruler Antiochus IV. Their rebellion led to the cleansing and rededication of the temple, the event celebrated today as Hanukkah. These books record persecution, forced pagan sacrifices, and the burning of sacred scrolls. Yet despite their significance, they were pushed aside. They were excluded for several reasons. The events were considered too recent and politically controversial. 2nd Maccabees was written in Greek, making it unsuitable for a strictly Hebrew canon. And the books introduced doctrines such as prayer for the dead, teachings rejected by later Judaism. Ironically, Christians preserved these texts. The Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches include them to this day, while many modern Protestant Bibles omit them entirely. Some excluded texts were rejected because their ideas were considered too strange or too dangerous. The Book of Enoch, an apocalyptic work quoted in the New Testament, describes the Watchers, angels who descended to earth, took human wives, and fathered the giants known as the Nephilim. These angels taught humanity forbidden knowledge, weapons, sorcery, astrology, and cosmetics. God punished them by binding their leaders in darkness until the final judgment. Enoch was excluded because it contradicted developing doctrine, because it was considered falsely attributed, and because its cosmology was seen as too speculative and extreme. The Book of Jubilees retells the early chapters of Genesis, but its greatest controversy is its calendar. Jubilees insists that the true year is a perfect 364 days and warns that following a lunar calendar corrupts the festivals. It also emphasizes predestined obedience to the law, portraying the patriarchs as early observers of commandments long before Moses. Jubilees was cherished by the Qumran community but rejected by both Jewish and Christian canon makers. No excluded text caused more controversy than the Gospel of Thomas. Thomas contains no miracles, no narrative, no crucifixion, and no resurrection. Instead, it presents 114 sayings of Jesus, many of them mysterious and symbolic. It teaches that salvation comes through inner discovery, through finding the divine light within. Jesus says, "Come to know what is in front of you, and what is hidden from you will be revealed. For there is nothing hidden that will not become manifest." To early church leaders, Thomas was dangerous. It taught salvation through insight rather than through the sacrificial death of Christ. Some sayings seemed socially disruptive or difficult to interpret. Church authorities condemned the book, and by the late 5th century it was officially classified as heresy. These books were excluded for many reasons: politics, language, doctrine, and the desire to protect a single unified narrative. But their rediscovery forces us to re-examine the story we inherited. History is shaped not only by what is included, but also by what is removed. As Jesus says in one of the recovered sayings, There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing covered that will remain undisclosed. The search for truth continues. For more divine insights into the hidden truths of Scripture, be sure to subscribe to AI.DivineInsights.